All right, let's talk about the PhD interview. It is, without a doubt, the most misunderstood part of the whole application process. You see, most people walk in thinking it's a final exam, a test of how smart they are. And right there, that's a massive strategic mistake. Today, we're not just going to prep you for the test. We're showing you the back door. So, let's start with a number. $250,000. And that's a conservative estimate of what a department is about to invest in you. So you have to understand, this isn't just a chat, it's a high-stakes investment meeting.
And this is the part you really have to internalize. They already know you're smart. Your application proved that. It's what got you in the room. This interview is about their due diligence. They're not sizing up your brilliance anymore. They're assessing your risk, plain and simple.
Look at this slide. It shows you the shift in thinking you have to make. On the left is what you think they're judging you on, your technical skills, your grades, your excitement. But on the right, that's what they're actually calculating. Your supervision risk. Are you going to need constant handholding? Are you coachable? Can you actually handle the psychological grind when experiments fail for a year straight? See, they're not looking for the smartest person. They're looking for the lowest risk investment.
Okay, so let's just reframe this whole thing. This is not a friendly chat. Forget that. It's a pressure test, and it's designed that way on purpose. So welcome to the evaluative crucible.
The crucible, it's really a diagnostic tool. The whole point is to see how you think, not just recite what you know. It's built to expose your reasoning process, how stable you are under pressure, and what you do when you get thrown a curveball.
And here's the unvarnished truth, the kind of thing nobody tells you. When a professor cuts you off mid-sentence to challenge something you said, they're not being rude. That's a manufactured stressor. It's a test. They want to see if you're coachable. Do you get defensive and double down? Or do you actually pause, consider their point, and maybe even adjust your thinking? They're testing if your ego is tied to your ideas.
So let's break down the first crucible, the technical stress test. This is where they're actively trying to find the edge of your knowledge, your intellectual breaking point. And the goal isn't to humiliate you, it's to see how you reason when you're completely out of your comfort zone. So when they hit you with a question you just can't answer, don't freeze up. You run this 3-step play. First, think out loud. Let them see your process, even if you don't have the final answer. Second, acknowledge the gap. Just say it. You know, that's an angle I haven't considered before. And third, reframe it. You turn what feels like a weakness into a sign of intellectual curiosity and agility.
If you're in STEM, the chalk talk is the ultimate crucible. There are no slides, no script, no safety net. It's just you, a whiteboard, and a room full of experts firing questions at you. This isn't a memory test. It's a performance. They're testing if you can teach, defend, and adapt your vision on the fly. It's your entire value proposition under live fire.
Okay, now for the money, the financial reality. You have to remember, this interview isn't just about them doing due diligence on you. It's about you doing due diligence on them. This is a two-way street when it comes to the investment. While they're weighing that $250,000 investment in you, you're looking at investing upwards of $200,000 in opportunity cost. That's salary you're not earning during your absolute prime earning years. And that gives you leverage. It means you have a responsibility to do your own rigorous financial check. You need to come prepared with targeted questions that show you're a serious strategist. Things like, is the funding guaranteed for all 12 months, or is there a gap in the summer? What happens if your primary support changes? And what about those hidden student fees that tuition remission doesn't cover? Because, trust me, those can be a major shock to your budget. But this is the single most powerful question you can ask. This one question instantly shifts the dynamic. It moves you from being just another applicant to being a future colleague. It proves you're thinking strategically about your financial survival. And believe me, their answer will tell you everything you need to know about how much they actually value their grad students. The third and final crucible is all about your exit strategy. Look, committees aren't just investing in a student for 5 years. They're investing in a future asset. They want people who see the PhD as a strategic tool for their career, not just as a way to hide from the job market. When you can clearly talk about the market value of your research, whether that's in academia or industry, it signals something really important. It shows you have the long-term vision and, honestly, the grit to actually finish. A candidate with a clear plan for what comes next is always a lower-risk investment. They're way less likely to burn out and drop out in year 3. So you have to vet your own career return on investment. You need to be asking them about how they support non-academic career paths.
What's the lab's official policy on who gets to be first author on publications? And maybe most importantly, where have the recent graduates actually gone to work? And this is absolutely key. Do not let them give you a few cherry-picked success stories. You need to ask for the base rates. A question like, what percentage of your graduates from the last 5 years went into academia versus industry? This shows you're a data-driven strategist who's evaluating the program's real-world outcomes, not just its marketing brochure. So let's pull this all together. The big paradigm shift is this. Your goal is not to go in there and impress them with how smart you are. Your real goal is to demonstrate with every answer you give and every question you ask that you are a low-risk, high-judgment, long-term asset for their program. A PhD is a massive 5 to 7 year investment of your life and your prime earning years. So as you're thinking about this, tell us in the comments, what are you more worried about? Is it the research fit, or is it the cold, hard financial reality of the program you're looking at? Let us know. And strategize wisely.